If you've manifested your SP before, but you lost them, and now you're like, Hannah, how do I get them back and actually keep them? Let's talk about it. And I would watch this whole video through because I'm going to be dropping a lot of golden nuggets that you don't want to miss. But first, my name's Hannah Love. I'm your favorite manifestation coach and content creator. I make manifesting simple because it is simple, and I'm here to help you get what you want in life because that's why you came to this planet, to get what you want. I offer various coaching services. I have an Etsy shop where I sell digital art and affirmation audio tracks that you can listen to program your mind and speed up your manifestation process. If you want more information about those, it's either at the link in my bio or in the caption below, depending on where you're watching this, because I post daily on TikTok and YouTube. So anyways, now there are a few things here that I'm going to address, but number one, I need to start off with, there is something within your self-concept that has some sort of fear or belief around being abandoned, or the belief that people come into your life but they don't stay. And there's also probably a mix of you're not the type of person that people commit to, right? You're the type of woman that people have fun with, but they never stick around, okay? And that's usually because it's somewhere in your childhood where you had a parent or a caregiver that was around sometimes, but not all the time. And so you didn't experience love or that type of nurturing that you needed on a consistent basis. So you believed that, okay, yeah, people are here, but they're not always consistent. They don't always commit to me. I'm not worthy and deserving of being committed to or receiving consistent love because I never experienced that before. So now it's being reflected in your relationships, whether it is with a specific person or any relationship that you're trying to manifest. You'll probably see that pattern over and over and over again. So what you want to do is, into your robotic affirmation practice that you are doing now, or if you're not doing it right now, if you don't know what robotic affirming is, check out my robotic affirming playlist. And I cover what it is, how it can change your life, and how to use it. I would start affirming to yourself that you are the type of woman that men commit to. You always receive commitment. When people come into your life, they are here to stay. Love is always consistent in your life. You have always experienced consistent, healthy love in your life and in your relationship. And when you use the word always, this is key here as well, is that also revises and heals your past. So you start assuming that actually, wait a minute, I have always experienced consistent and healthy love. I've always been attracted to men and to people that are emotionally available, that want commitment with me. So then that way you are also only attracted to those type of people and only attract that version or experience that version of your SP, because the only reason why you're not experiencing that version of your SP is because your dominant assumptions about you and of them. You need to change those assumptions. So you want to be actively and regularly affirming these new affirmations to yourself. Now, you may not notice a shift or a change right away or immediately, especially if you've had these old beliefs around abandonment and inconsistency for so long. But the more that you continuously repeat to yourself these new affirmations, it will become your reality. Now, I highly suggest choosing at least 2 to 3 affirmations in that ballpark. It doesn't have to be exactly what I said, but something along the lines of, you always experience consistent and healthy love. You always get commitment. Men always want to commit to you, and they're always emotionally available along those lines. And you want to be affirming this to yourself throughout the entire day. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people are like, well, that sounds like a lot of work, Hannah. Like, do I have to go like sit in a dark room and just robotically affirm to myself for hours on end? No, you don't. All you have to do is think new thoughts. Affirm these new affirmations to yourself in your mind over and over and over again. And you're thinking thoughts already all day long. So it's like, you might as well start thinking these new affirmations instead of the opposite, right? Because the reason why you're experiencing what you don't want to experience right now is because you have been repetitively thinking in the negative towards what you don't want to experience. So, in order to change your experience, you need to start thinking as the version of you who has what they want on a dominant basis. So, what you can do is you can do this 3 times a day with these new affirmations, choose 2 to 3 of them, affirm them in the morning, midday, and at nighttime before you go to bed. You can literally set a timer for 5 minutes and affirm those 3 affirmations for 5 minutes, or you can affirm each affirmation for 5 minutes each. And you don't even have to sit down and do it. You could get ready in the morning, set a timer, and start affirming the same affirmation to yourself out loud when you're doing your makeup, when you're doing your hair, when you're making breakfast. This is what I do. I rarely ever just sit down and affirm. I normally am affirming and doing stuff around my house and keeping myself busy because that's just how I am. That's what I like to do. So there's no right or wrong way to do this. The whole point is to saturate your mind with the new thoughts. Because the more you start thinking as this new version of you, you'll start experiencing this new version of you who lives in this new reality that always experiences consistent and healthy love, whose SP is here to stay. And because you're experiencing these new affirmations over and over and over again, and you're seeing all of this evidence and all of this proof, it's going to become a belief, right? So most of the time when you're manifesting, this is why you don't have to believe to manifest, because normally it's first you think the thoughts over and over and over again, and then it happens, and because it keeps happening over and over again, it then becomes a belief. So it's okay. This is why I say you don't need to believe your affirmations in order for them to manifest, and you don't need to feel them either, because the whole point here is to saturate your mind. You picking up what I'm putting down?